Hey everyone, this is Shatojon, the community manager at Sauropod Studio, and I'm coming at you with a new devlog. 0.8.3 is already right around the corner, and we've got some pretty cool new stuff for you. We're gonna be adding a new official Conquest Map. It's intended as a 1v1. Basically, the two player spawns, are on opposite sides of the map. And there are 3 lanes for you to duke it out in the middle of the map. You could also play it as a 2v2 if you use the shared control feature. And to set yourself as shared control, you need to put the players that are in the same team as the same color in the multiplayer lobby. I'm not going to get into too much detail about shared control and why we think it's so awesome, but you should definitely try it out. Another feature is going to add is the visual fog of war. If you see closely over there, there is a gradient circle that is splitting this choke point, and the reason why is that this is where the fog of war starts. If I move Olga closer into the choke point, you're going to see how the terrain is getting revealed because this Bricktron can see around there, so there is no fog of war. It's dissipating the fog of war like so. If you've played other RTSs, you'll know that the fog of war is basically a system that dictates where you have and you don't have vision. If you don't have vision, so if there is a fog of war, enemies that are under there are not going to be visible. You're not going to be able to tell where the corruptions are roaming or where your enemy players are hiding and preparing to ambush you, maybe. In Castle Story, if you want to reveal the terrain and dissipate the fog of war, you can either, like I just showed you, move a Bricktron around and position a Bricktron somewhere you want to monitor, for example. Or you can build lanterns and torches, or you can even capture a crystal. That will give you vision of the terrain around there. Now, in other RTSs, usually the fog of war is represented by really darkening the terrain a lot, or straight out just making it pitch black. We wanted to do it a little differently for Castle Story because we really didn't want to conceal all of the terrain. From an art style point of view, if the horizon and the sky and the ocean and pretty much everything around the floating island was visible, while a mountain that's relatively close to your base was completely pitch black because it was under the fog of war, that would create a clash. It would be a little jarring. It would look a little weird. So we decided to do it that way. We decided to have it subtle enough where it still shows you the information you need to know, so I can clearly tell where the fog of war starts and where it ends from the gradient circle. But if I decide that I just want to move away from my Bricktrons and enjoy the scenery, I can do that without the fog of war being in the way. So we thought that was a pretty cool solution to this challenge. So yeah, the fog of war and Calibri come in 0.8.3 along with bug fixes as usual, and I would like to talk to you guys about something else. The compound blueprints. Basically, the compound blueprints are a bit of an underused feature, I think. I haven't seen you guys use it a lot. And it's something that came out in 0.8.7. It's a slightly more advanced feature for power players, but frankly, it's really not hard to use, and it will save you so much time. I'm gonna give you a little demonstration. I'm gonna create a little tower over here. I'll just put the doors later. It doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna create the first 2 layers because I need to do that to stagger the bricks. Remember to always stagger your bricks. The same way you remember to always brush your teeth, you should remember to always stagger your bricks. It's equally as important. And now at the bottom left over here, usually you're in the build menu over here with the blocks, the stone blocks, the wood blocks, the structures, etc. I'm going to head on over to the blueprints menu over here at the bottom left. I'm going to toggle on that tool. And now that it's toggled on, I can select bricks by dragging a selection box around them. The same way you can usually select Bricktrons by dragging a circle. You can also select Bricktrons by left-clicking them and shift-clicking. I said by dragging a circle, but I meant to say by dragging a square. Yeah, you can also select Bricktron by shift-clicking several ones. You can do the exact same thing with blueprints in the blueprints menu. I can drag a square around them, or I can left-click them and then hold shift and select several ones. So usually what you want to do is you want to rotate your camera in a way that the bricks, the layers that you're going to select are facing each other, and then you can drag a square comfortably around them like this. Keep in mind that only blueprints that are completely in the selection box, or more than halfway in the selection box, are going to be selected by the tool. So once they're selected, the first one I'm going to show you is the duplicate tool. The duplicate tool is probably the one you're going to be using the most, I think. We're going to try to build a really tall tower and see how quickly we can do it. Once the blueprints are selected, I can now duplicate them by either left-clicking the duplicate tool at the bottom left. I said duplicate tool so many times, I'm sorry. Either by left-clicking the duplicate tool at the bottom left or by doing the hotkey, which is Control D. I'm going to actually do that because I am a power user. Control D, left click, Control D, left click, Control D, left click. If I want to do it even faster, I can select even more blueprints and then Control D, left click, Control D. I'm moving my mouse just enough so the blueprints I'm trying to place are aligned with the ones I already have there. Look at how quickly I built that tower. It's pretty awesome. And you know what? Let's make that door. Here's a little trick for you guys. If you just want to build a regular door, you're going to want to remove one of the bottom bricks, 2 from the second layer, and then 1 from the top layer. And then your door will fit nicely. And then you can put half bricks on the second layer. Now, if you want to do an archway, so you don't really need a door to block the way, is just, you know, just an archway. You're going to remove 2 of the bottom bricks, 1 in the middle from the second layer, and then 2 from the third again. And then you're going to put half bricks on the bottom layer to fill in those gaps. And then you're going to put the arch brick here and here on the third level. I'm going to keep it that way. I'm going to go back into the duplicate, the blueprints menu to show you something else, and I'm going to duplicate this entire tower, either Control D or click in here. I can right click in order to rotate my tower. You can tell I'm rotating from the position of the door, of the archway. Also keep in mind your terrain needs to be flat or needs to be buildable. I can't place the blueprint here. Well, I can, it just won't be buildable because there are red blueprints because, you know, well, in this case there's trees, or over here there's a ramp. Anyhow, I'm gonna build this tower right here just for the sake of showing you another of the tools. Now, if I wanted to select only this tower, I could try to drag a square around it, but I would probably catch some of the other ones. Sure, I could align myself really perfectly like that, but an easier way to do it is the expand tool. Now, with the expand tool, it's called expand and it's under the selection category. What it does is that you select one blueprint and then you click expand. It's going to sort of spread. It's going to select the bricks that are touching, well, the blueprints, sorry, that are touching the one you've selected, and then the ones touching that one, so on and so forth, until it selects pretty much everything. So it just won't select any of the blueprints that aren't touched or connected to the one you've originally selected. A really convenient shortcut to that tool is double clicking. There we go. And you know what? I'm going to seize that opportunity to show you a third tool. Is very easy, the delete tool. So it's just going to delete the blueprints you have selected right now. Now, if I want to, if I selected the task and I clicked on the trash can over here, it's going to delete the task and it's going to delete the blueprints, but it's going to delete all the blueprints that are in that task. If I only want to delete one of the towers in this example, I could hold Control. I could, go back into the building tool over here, hold Control, and manually left-click all the bricks, and that would take way longer than I would want it to take. So an easy solution is the compound tool. Double-click it, or just select one, and then expand, and then delete. The shortcut for delete is delete. So delete on my keyboard, and it deleted that blueprint, and I'm left with only the one blueprint tower that I was interested in. Now, there's the split tool, which I'm going to show you. I'm going to actually delete this tower entirely. Let me start by making a wall over here. I'm going to make a wall really quick, really simple wall. I'm going to remove the bottom brick because I'm going to make a regular door, not an archway. Fill in the gaps. Put a door over here. I'm going to put some stairs over there. A little trick for you, you can put stairs over here above the door as well, so your archers can go from one side to the other without having to go down the main stairs. Pretty useful stuff. So I've got this door, this wall over here, and I've got a choke point over there, which I want to block as well. So I'm going to select them, duplicate, Control D, or click down there, and then I can put the blueprint there. Of course, there's going to be some adjustments to make because this choke point is slightly larger than the other one. Not a problem. That's perfectly normal. Just adjust as you please. And there we go. So, a cool little compound blueprint tool is also the move tool. So you select some blueprints, you click on move, and now I can move my wall wherever I want it. I could put it over there, although it wouldn't completely block the choke point. Let's say I just want to move it a little closer into the choke point to give myself more room in my base, I can right click to rotate the same way as I did with the duplicate tool, and I place it there. And I just I just place the wall in a way that's gonna make it much easier for the enemies to come into my base and much harder for me to get out. So let's fix that. Easy stuff. Select them, move, right click. There we go. That's gonna save you so much time for building choke points and for building towers, or really anything you need to do. The compound blueprints are such an easy and useful tool to build. Now I have these two walls. If I wanted, for example, half of my bricktons, I'm going to give myself a 6th bricktron so my argument actually works. If I wanted to use 3 of the bricktons to build the right wall and 3 of the bricktons to build the left wall, at the same time, I'm going to have a bit of a hard time right now because both of these walls are in the same construction task. If I select all of these bricktons and I assign them to the construction task, there's a good chance that they're all going to start building the exact same wall, and once they're done with that, they're going to go build the other one. So the solution to that would have been to have these 2 walls in different tasks. There is a way to do that with compound blueprints. Once again, select the task, go into the blueprints tool, select the wall or the blueprints you want to split in another task, and then click on split. There we go. So now the original wall is still in the original construction task, and the wall I just split off is now in another construction task. So I can assign 3 bricktons to this task and 3 other bricktons to the other task, and they will not do a thing right now because I never harvested any stone or made any bricks, but you get the idea. It does work. So that's essentially it for today's video. I wanted to mention, however, that we released 0.8.2 on the 6th of February, so a week and a half ago approximately, and one of the features it added was building on planks, and somebody shared a really awesome construction they made with wooden floors and several stories to a big warehouse and a castle with lots of wood, and it was really awesome. It's the one I'm showing on the screen right now. It's great. Thank you so much for sharing that. If you guys have a really cool construction you made with wood or planks, or you use the new building on wood feature and you'd want to show it off to us, you want to show us what you did with it, please feel free to share your screenshots or even your save file on our forums. Is the best place to find us, forums.castlestory.net. I would love to have a look at it. Last but not least, I also wanted to mention that we are going to be at PAX East this year. Sauropod Studio is going to be there. A couple of us are going to have something pretty cool to show you what we're working on Castle Story. So if you're going to be at PAX East this year, make sure to drop by our booth. Come, let's have a chat. We'll give you a high five or 2, and we would love to meet you guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you did enjoy it. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.